Day one, Joe Biden comes in and says, we're not going to build the wall anymore. We're not going to go with Remain in Mexico. We're going to end that. And we're going to release people who we catch. Release people who come and present themselves. Just release them in the country. No detention whatsoever. No removal, frankly, whatsoever. So when you do those three policies, it's like, well, Shazam, everyone's going to come.
That was Shazam. Jim Jordan speaking there from the border. Republican lawmakers, of course, again calling the Biden administration to the carpet for not doing enough to slow down the record number of immigrants entering the U.S. illegally.
A GOP delegation led by House Speaker Mike Johnson touring the southern border at Eagle Pass, Texas yesterday. That visit coming on the same day as the Justice Department announced it is suing Texas, claiming the state's new immigration law violates the Constitution. Now, if you don't remember, under this new law, Texas police would be allowed to arrest migrants suspected of illegally entering the United States. Jorge Ventura joins us live from Eagle Pass. And Jorge, all eyes were on the border on Wednesday. Did anything come of it?
That's right. So yesterday, Speaker Mike Johnson led a group of over 60 GOP lawmakers here to Eagle Pass. Now, in December, Eagle Pass agents actually encountered over 71,000 migrants, making it one of the epicenters and the latest migrant surge. Just one of the reasons Johnson chose to come here. It also comes at a time where in Congress, talks have stalled when it comes to a new agreement. Now, it's the largest Republican delegation to visit the southern border, and it also comes at a time where Senate and Republican Democrats are trying to hammer out a new deal agreement as part of a funding package for Ukraine, Israel, and border security. Lawmakers toured the CBP Processing Center and met with Border Patrol agents, local sheriffs, and state troopers who have been deployed along the border since 2021. While here, Johnson again slammed President Biden's border security policies.
Last month alone, we saw the most illegal crossings in recorded history. It is an unmitigated disaster, a catastrophe. And what's more tragic is that it's a disaster of the president's own design.
On Wednesday, House Republicans began impeachment proceedings against Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas over his handling of border security. And here's what Republicans had to say about Mayorkas.
The greatest domestic threat to the national security and the safety of the American people is Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. He has broken his oath to defend this country.
During Johnson's visit Wednesday, the Biden administration sued Texas in an attempt to block the state's strict new immigration law, CB4, which would allow local and state officials in Texas to arrest and prosecute migrants for entering the U.S. illegally. The law is set to take effect in March. Texas Governor Greg Abbott responding to the lawsuit saying, quote, Biden sued me today because I signed a law making it illegal for an illegal migrant to enter or attempt to enter Texas directly from a foreign nation. I like my chances. Texas is the only government in America trying to stop illegal immigration. Johnson did praise Texas' new law and called Abbott heroic for trying to block migrants from entering the U.S. illegally. Now, Biden administration officials have fired back, calling Republicans' visit a political ploy that would not solve anything. Adrian and Markey.
Well, it's certainly bringing more attention so that Americans know what exactly is going on and just how serious the situation is. Jorge, thank you very much.